What's up, crew? Welcome back to the Homestead Challenge, episode 3. So, I did some research, and I messed up already. So, I went ahead and bought a pressure washer so I can clean, so I could clean the tractor and this forage wagon. We're actually taking the forage wagon and we're selling it back. It worked for what we wanted, which was to pick up the grass initially, but I overpaid. We're now down to $11,929, and there's still a lot of stuff that I got to get done this year for next year for the planting and stuff like that. And for what I bought this forage harvester for, I could have gotten the baler, the windrower, tedder, a front loader, and front loader attachments, all for about I think all of that came out to $24,000. And I paid $30,500 so for the forage wagon. So about $6,000 cheaper that I would still have in the account. So we're gonna start off the episode with taking this up to the dealership, and I've only had it for a couple hours. So let's see if potentially I could get most of that money back. I doubt I'll get all of it back because, hey, it's like anything that you purchase new. As soon as it's driven off the lot, it automatically starts decreasing in value. So we're going to take it up to the dealership and see what we can get for it. So let's go ahead and get into the episode and get going. So yeah, after I got done going through the grass and everything, I was like, I should have done a little bit more research on that, and I did it. I was thinking about doing a baler, and then I was like, you know what? A forage wagon will be easier. It'll save me some time. So maybe it was meant to be for me to do it, but it was a mistake on my part for not looking into it further. But at least I'm found out early on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and jump up to the dealership, and I will see you guys there. Alright, we're pulling into the dealership now. And we're going to run in and talk to Cole real quick and see what he says on what we can do with this. So let's I can't get out that way. Let's go run in and talk to him and see what he says. Alright, so he said that currently he can give me $24,799 back for it. But if we repair it and repaint it, we should be able to get a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and spend the $3,000 to repair it. Now it's up to $28,000. We'll go ahead and repair the vehicle for $25. Now it's at $28,406. So that, by us selling that back, it makes the mess up not as bad, because we'll be able to use that money to get the other items. So let's go ahead and sell that. So that has been sold. Then let's go talk to him about the baler and whatnot. Alright, so the baler that we can get here is $12,000. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. We're going to go ahead and put in the John Deere twine. Main color. We're going to go ahead and change that to John Deere. No, wrong one. Change, that should be yellow. There we go. So $12,960 for the baler. So we're going to go ahead and buy that. So this one here can be a tedder or a windrow. So, and it's only $800, and we can switch back and forth between either one of them at no cost. So we're going to go ahead and purchase that. And then for the front loaders, for the front loader attachment, we have this one here that is $9,000. So we'll go ahead and buy that. And then we need to get the attachments for it. So let's go ahead and grab those. So we have these pallet forks for $1,700. So we'll go ahead and buy that. And then we have the bell spike that's $600. So we'll go ahead and buy that. And that is everything that we needed. The only thing that we have left to do that's going to be an extra $1,500 is we need to put on the front loader attachment on the tractor. So they're working on that now, and that is going to cost, like I said, $1,500 to put that front loader attachment on there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I have decided that now that they're done with the tractor, we can go ahead and pull it out. I honestly don't need my truck. I've been driving the tractor ever since I purchased the tractor, and the truck has literally sat up here since we drove it up here the first time. So I actually talked to Cole about that as well, and he made me an offer on this good old International that I just couldn't refuse. So let's go ahead and jump in there, and we'll take that up and put it in a shop for him. This is going to be his truck now, and we are going to sell it because I really don't need it at this point. So we'll put it right here for him, and he's willing to give me just over $23,000 for the truck. So we're going to go ahead and do that as well. So we've got everything taken care of on here. We've got all of this new equipment. We'll have to make a couple of trips to get it all back to the farm. So I'm going to do that now, and I will catch back up with you guys in just a few moments once we get all of this back at the farm. Alright, so we made it back to the farm, and we got everything here. So next project that we need to do is we need to take a look at our notes that we have for what we need to do. So let's go ahead and run into the house real quick, and we'll grab our notebook. And we'll sit down at this table real quick, and we will take a look at our notebook. So looking at our notebook for year one, looking at it honestly, 2 pallets of eggs, 1 pallet of honey, 5 pallets of strawberries, 5 pallets of lettuce, 5 pallets of tomatoes, 2,000 liters of milk, cow or goat, and 2 beef cattle at least 8 months old. We've already set that up within the first 2 episodes. We have the greenhouse going, which we need to check on. We've got bees for honey. We've got chicken for eggs. We've got the cows for the milk, and we've got our 2 beef cattle. We just got to keep them alive at this point. And at the end of the year, year one should be complete. But what's so important about this challenge is we need to prep for next year. So let's go ahead and turn the page. And for year 2, we need 4 pallets of eggs, so we may need more chickens. We need 2 pallets of honey, 10 pallets of strawberries, 10 pallets of lettuce, 10 pallets of tomatoes, 10 pallets of bread, 10 pallets of butter, 10 pallets of cheese, 10 pallets of mushrooms, 5,000 liters of milk, 4 beef cattle, and at least 4 pigs. So we need to plan for the bread, the butter, the cheese, and pigs. So depending on what crops we put in, will either make us or break us on this challenge. So bread, we're going to need something that can be made into flour, so some sort of grain. Butter and cheese both need dairy, so milk to do those. So what I'm thinking, let's go ahead and put those away and come back out here. We need to start figuring out our field on what we're going to plant, where our fields are going to be, and how we're going to do it. So before we get too big into that, let's go ahead and take a look at our chickens. Alright, so our chickens are full, almost full food still. Doing alright. They're good to go. Okay, let's go check on the greenhouse. See how much water's in it, because we need to keep an eye on that. So looking at the greenhouse, it's used about 300, just under 300 liters of water. And we're at 77 liters of lettuce, 81 liters of strawberries, and 81 liters of tomatoes. So that's going smooth for now. Let's go take a look at the cows. Now, while we're running over to the cow barn, something that I was thinking is we need to really focus on getting the TMR for our cows in order to get them to produce the most milk possible. Right? So, looking at the cows, first we need to get more food in here. They've only got 1,225 liters of food. They're good on straw for right now. I do want to go with the whole TMR process as soon as we can. I think we're going to have to wait a little bit for that. But while we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at this production over here and see how much hay we've got in here. So looking at the hay, currently it has 2,392 liters of hay, and it's got about 3,778 liters of silage. And the reason that there's a difference in those, since we turned them on at the same time, is, remember, I took about 1,000 liters out, or just over 1,000 liters out, to give the cows for food. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to convert the trailer back from a pallet trailer to a what do you call it? The trailer that'll store with the capacity, and we're gonna take out all that hay, and we're gonna put that in there. Now, in order to do that, I am gonna need to plant a grass field. Oh, it may already be actually where I need it. Cool. We just need to go get into the tractor. So we need to be able to continue the process of feed. That's why I went ahead and bought the baler and the windrow / tedder and the front loader equipment, so we can actually go in and get a grass field planted, because we're going to need more food for the cows. And with that, I'm thinking that we have a small grass field, or not necessarily a small grass field. It's not going to be the whole lot that we currently cut, so we're not going to get near as much, but we're going to be able to cut it 3 times a year. So, especially if we get it planted in as soon as we're able to. So that's something that we're going to definitely look into, to be able to do that. And the other thing that we need to look at is a possible grain crop. So once we get the cows a little bit more food in here, we're going to take a look at the crop calendar and make our plan for what we're going to do. So let's get this back over in here and get them fed. Alright, so they're now got a little bit more food in there, so that's a plus. Alright, we're just gonna put the trailer right there. And we're gonna get up here and we're gonna take a look at the crop calendar. So I know pigs need multiple crop types, okay? But for year 2, we only need 4 pigs. So it's not like they're going to be eating a lot of food. So we don't have to get a lot of items for that. So let's take a seat here and let's look at the crop calendar. Alright, so looking at the crop calendar, we're currently in January. The first time that we can plant anything would be in, technically next month we could plant cotton, but that's not going to help us or be beneficial to us at all. So then we get into March, we can plant field grass, which I don't know what field grass is. We can do regular grass, we can do oats, olives, onions, let's see, peas, potatoes, spinach, sugar beet, sugar cane, sunflowers. That's what we could do for that. So what I'm thinking, if we look at oats, we can plant it in March, harvest it in July. Okay, hear me out. Plant it in March, harvest it in July. Then we can turn around and plant wheat. So let's see, where is wheat? Wheat. We can plant wheat in September, and it'll be ready to harvest in July the following year. So if we get a big enough field that we can plant oats in, we could potentially, well, not potentially, we will be able to get straw off of that. And oats plays into being able to feed, or not feed, produce into flour. Okay. I don't remember if chickens will take oats or not. I know they really like wheat. That's why I said wheat as the second crop that we could do. But the other side to that is oats gets done in August. We could turn around in September and plant barley. If we plant barley, that'll be available in June to harvest. So we have to make a choice on which one we want to plant in September, wheat or barley. I'm steering more towards wheat for that. So let's get out of the crop calendar. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and get the drone up and take a look at the fields itself. Alright, so we got this up. So what I'm thinking is we take this whole front part right here, outside of where my tracks are at, all the way down and over, and we turn that into a field for oats. And then this back half back here, this back field, we turn around all the way up to the chicken area, or the cow barn area. We'll put one little roadway in here, so we'll have 3 fields. This one will be oats. This one will be grass right here in front of the cow barn. We'll have a road that connects from here all the way over to here. And then in this little area right here, we will make another small grass field. So the intent of that is we get straw from here. We'll get grass to be able to cut and really load up our food source in year 1 off those 2 fields. And then when it comes to year 2, we can convert those grass fields into something completely different for year 3. Okay? Because year 3, we're going to have to get oil. So like canola oil and whatnot. So we'll have to definitely get a canola field planted in year 2. So we'll be able to convert these grass fields into that. But also, I plan on putting all the other animals in over here as well. So, like I said, I will have another cow barn that I'm going to put in for just the beef cattle in year 2. That can go over here. And also, we need to put a place for the pig barn. That's going to be over here. And depending on how well year 1 goes with the milk production, for how much milk we get, because I'm going to track it 100% on how much we get, will tell me if I need to put in another cow barn, or if maybe we need to switch it up and go with goats to try and get some more milk in there. We can also get goat cheese. So that's the other part to it, right? We could have dairy milk go for the butter, and then we could have the goat milk go for the goat cheese. So there's a lot of options there that we could do. But again, if we produce enough milk over here, then we don't really necessarily need to worry about the goats. But I would like to have room for them just in case we do decide to go that route. Right? Now, I also am going to have to put in a production. And the production that I'm going to put in for this challenge, we can almost do all of our stuff that we need for these challenges in this one production. Let's see if I can find it. So it is this one here from Omatana. It's 45,000. I don't have enough money for it right now, but it is around the same size as this little store. So I think I have all this room over here that I can put it in to have it in the guidelines of on our property, but not interfering with the rest of our property and our crops. I'm also thinking about putting a shed over here to put like our trailers and our grass equipment in over here. Okay? Because, yeah, we can plow the field and get everything prepped for that. We don't really have to have that done until March. But I would like to start that process now. It's better to get it done now than have to rush at the last minute to get it done. So there's that we can do. Get in the shed in over there, get the fields plowed over here, and then that gives us next month, February, that we might be able to look at contracts and see if we can do any contracts with the equipment that we have, so we can get enough money saved up to be able to buy the equipment that we're going to need to be able to do the planting. Right? We need a planter or a seeder. We don't have that yet, so we need to get that. We're going to need a roller. Depending on how big and how bad the stones are in this area, once we plow it, we may need to get a stone picker and pick up the stone from the lot itself. So and we're going to have to worry about getting a fertilizer spreader and fertilizer and all the stuff to get the maximum yield possible on our field. So that's the big project that we've got going for us that we got to do today. Is we figured out what we're going to do for that, and then February is going to be our month of trying to look at contracts and see if there's anything that we can do. In fact, we could actually, because I need to go get gas for the tractor anyways, or fuel for the tractor anyways, because it's almost gone. Let's run up to Ducky's real quick and take a look at the bulletin board. I think I saw a bulletin board up there, or maybe it was over near in town in that little roundabout area. I saw a billboard. I think that's where the contracts are at. So let's go up here and let's get some fuel for the tractor, and let's just take a look at if there is any contracts available now, see about what they're paying, and see if there's any that we could potentially do. So, shouldn't be too far up here, or take too long to get up here. It's just right up here around the corner. In fact, we can see it coming into view. But yeah, I know I've talked a lot in this episode. I started off with what we were doing, and you guys are probably just like, dude, shut up and work. No, that's what you need to do. You need to stop yakking and start working, because we haven't done much work. But honestly, I feel that we've still accomplished a lot in today's episode so far. We're planning, and that's the big thing. We need to be able to plan. So let's get this over here and start filling this up. I wonder how much this is going to cost to fill up. Oh, not too bad. $189 for fuel. Okay, and was there a bulletin board here that I saw? No, that's their menu. Okay, so it had to have been up here near the roundabout that I saw that billboard. So let's go up here and take a look at the billboard and see if there's any contracts or what the contracts are paying out at this point. So let's see. Bulletin board. Where did I see that bulletin board? I know I'm not crazy. I saw one. Ah, there it is, right there. So we'll come right over here and we'll park. And we'll run in over here real quick. It's right next to the bank. The bank's right there. No. Sorry. The bank is right over there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bulletin board here and see what contracts are available. Alright, so currently there is a plowing contract on field 14. It's 16 acres and it's $20,000. Needs to be done in 9 hours. There's also a plowing contract on field 4. That's 61.59 acres. That would be insane to try to do with that little 2.4 plow that we currently have. We could do this one. It's not a super large field. It's one of the smallest fields on this map that's a field. And it's 16 acres. But could we do it in 9 hours? It's going to start getting dark soon. It's January. It's already just past, what was it? 2:30, I think. Almost 3 o'clock. So we may just have to let that one go. But looks like contracts on this are paying out fairly well, which will be good to have, because let's be honest, the combine harvester is going to be expensive. We got to get a seeder, we got to get a roller, we got to get a bunch of stuff potentially. So I think we will focus on our farm for the rest of today. We'll get the plowing started and see if we can't get that finished. So I will meet you guys back at the farm and we will get going on that. Alright, we're pulling back in now and we're going to get right to plowing. So let's get hooked up to this plow. So, what we need to do is we need to get out here. And we need to give ourselves a little bit of room. And since I've never used this plow, I am going to turn on the help window real quick, just to make sure that I have it to allow to create fields. Done. And then all I gotta do is lower the plow and we are good to go from there. So we don't need the help window anymore. I just need to make sure that that was taken care of. So we're gonna throw up the drone and we're gonna play some tunes and let you guys enjoy me mapping out the fields, and we'll go from there.
Good afternoon, Sharon City. It's 3:07 p.m. on this cool Wednesday in the 4th week of January, and you're listening to 88.1 The Rooster, the loudest rock in the Midwest. No snow on the radar for this evening, but looks like we might see a light dusting coming in overnight. So, if you've got chores to finish, you've got a few good hours before winter reminds us who's boss. All right, before we crank up your afternoon soundtrack, we've got a new face moving around town worth talking about. Word is, a fella by the name of HK just rolled into the area and set up shop on a 10-acre plot just outside city limits. Fresh from Michigan, he's building himself a brand new homestead right here in Sharon City, Ohio. Now, if that name rings a bell, you've probably seen his channel, The Harvesting King, popping up on your YouTube feed. The man's been running contracts, building farms, and bringing us along for the ride. He's sitting at 257 subscribers right now, and get this, about 60% of y'all watching still ain't subscribed. Come on now, Sharon City. He's out there mowing, plowing, and feeding chickens just to keep the dream alive. Let's show him some love and push that channel past 300 subs by next week. And for any new listeners, Sharon City's a special place. We've got that mix of small-town grit and Midwestern pride. A couple diners that still serve breakfast till noon. A John Deere dealer that knows your name. And a radio station that keeps your speakers rocking. Now it's time for one of our favorite games here on The Rooster. Colt Knows. You know the deal. Be the 5th caller to name this next track, and you'll score yourself a pair of tickets to Rocking on the Ridge this summer. That's right, the biggest local rock festival in the county. So grab your phones, Sharon City. It's time to dial in. Can you name this tune?
With the sun, hands worn and callous, work had just begun. From the fields of green to the factory floor, you carried the weight, always asking for more. Oh, that old man with the heart of a lion, you gave us your all. Never once had you been crying. From the stories you told to the dreams you once knew. How I wish I had more time, 'cause you were gone too soon. With a laugh like thunder, you'd light up the room, teaching us kindness, making dark days bloom. Through the trials and struggles, you stood so tall, a hero in silence, you never let us fall. Oh, that old man with the heart of a lion, you gave us your all. Never once had you been crying. From the stories you told to the dreams you once knew. How I wish I had more time, 'cause you were gone too soon.
Alright, so I think that's the basic outline that I want. Let's go ahead and throw the drone up and take a better look at it. So, this will be a grass field. This will be a grass field. I may have cut that in a little too close right there. So I may have to fix that, but have the road come around this way and down to here. Have another field over here that'll be grass, and then this one will be our oat field to begin with that will eventually go into wheat. And after our first harvest of that, if we needed to or wanted to, we could combine these two fields into one and just connect it up for that. But I think, other than this little part right here that I think I went a little too close on, I think that will work. So let's see. Yeah, that's a little too close, so I need to bring this in and arc it a little bit more right here. And we'll have to paint some of that. I know that's going to cost a little bit of money, but we'll make it work. I just want to get that done. So let's go ahead and paint back over that real quick. That way we can redo that corner. We need to start turning it a little bit sooner. So we will get that painted in and get that turned a little bit sooner. So let's go and jump back in the tractor and do that. So overall, I think that's the layout that I want to go with, is that. And over the next couple weeks or a week or so, we will get this going. Let me see if I can get this back down without really creating too much new stuff. Get that arced into that and connected. So we have room to get everything out of that shed, and that's a much better area to get a road in here and get this over to that. So that is awesome. So I guess all that's left now is to actually get them plowed in, and let's see, how are we doing on time? I think we have enough time to get one field completely plowed. We'll probably do this field right over here since that's where we're at already. So I'll let you guys sit back and enjoy some tunes, and we'll get this field plowed out and we will go from there.
Morning light cuts through the haze, still bites soul in the newborn days. This land was rough, but it called my name. Said build your dream and stake your claim. First pass turns brown under green. fields and a future. That's what I'm building here. Blood and diesel, sweat and gear. From an open plot to a life made true. Working the ground till the sky turns blue. Yeah, the road is long, but the heart is short. 3 fields and a future, I'm building my cure. The plow runs deep through frozen clay. A promise made the hard work away. Each line I draw is a line of trust between me and the land, and God I trust. I see next year's crops in my mind, rows of hope in a perfect line. 3 fields and a future, that's what I'm building here. Blood and diesel, sweat and gear. From an open plot to a life made true. Working the ground till the sky turns blue. Yeah, the road is long, but the heart is short. 3 fields and a future, I'm building my cure. Someday my kids might walk this land, feel that same dirt fall through their hands. A homestead's born when a dream takes hold, not from silver but from soil and soul. Now the sun's low and the plow's put away, but the marks in the dirt are here to stay. Tomorrow I'll seed what I start today and pray that the rain will know my way. 3 fields and a future, carved by my hands, turning hope and work into plans. From sunrise dreams to the stars at night, I'll grow this farm with all my might. Yeah, the road is long, but my heart is short. 3 fields and a future, that's what I'm building for sure. 3 fields.
Alright, so that first field is done. And we're just looking at, we do have some stones. Now, when I first started this up here, those look like they might be bigger than the standard small stones. So, we're going to have to check. Oh, it's going to need lime too, so we need a lime spreader as well. Ugh. So much to do now. Let's see. So this will tell us exactly let's see, stones. Yeah, there's some definite red in there, so those are large stones. And there is some yellow. So the yellow we could roll back in, but those red ones we wouldn't be able to roll back in. We're going to need to figure out a stone picker of some sort to work on that field itself. So we'll have to figure that out. And it looks like it's that way in all of our fields. We have a little bit of red right there. We have some red over here and red right over here. So it's probably going to be red in this area coming across this way. And for this field, that looks like it's following this line here. So it's probably going to be red all the way down in a straight line motion type thing over to here. So we're definitely going to have to figure out a stone picker to do that. So I guess we'll just have to do what we need to do. We got one field done. We need to work on this field and that field, and we're running out of daylight here. It's already almost 4 o'clock. It's going to start getting dark real soon. And I think that this is where we are going to end the episode for today. So thank you guys so much for following along with me. And I hope that if you're doing this challenge as well, because you're more than welcome to join in on the challenge. I have all this stuff down in the description down below, as well as a link to the creator of the challenge, Crest2. And he's already stated that it's an open challenge. Anybody can jump on and do it. So if this is something that you guys would like to do, or maybe you guys are in the process of doing, I may do something a little bit different than what you guys are doing, or I may think about something a little bit different, and I might be able to help you, or vice versa. I might be able to teach you something, maybe teach you what not to do. Only time will tell on that. So thank you guys again so much for your help on growing this channel, and for watching and sharing and liking the video. It means the world to me. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, click that notification bell, and you can modify it so you can see all my videos or just some of them. Completely up to you. But if you want to continue to see what's going to happen in this series and continue seeing episodes like this one here, make sure you get in on that like button and that subscribe button and see it. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.